How's it going, YouTube? Today we're going to be assembling the Curt cargo carrier with ramp. Holds 500 pounds. It's for 2-inch receivers, 50 by 30.5 inches wide, 4 inches tall. That's what it looks like. This is what it will look like when you open up the box. In that parts box you'll have that, these, that, and this. Just going to take this out of the box and just set it aside. Go ahead and take the cardboard out. Here's our parts list and their numbers and a diagram of everything going together. Hopefully you don't need this after watching the video. And no one else seems to be showing this off, so here we're going to see that it almost has 31 inches of usable space. To attach the ramp, you're going to need 2 button socket cap screws and the M10 nut that comes with them. They are size 6. That's what I'm talking about, size 6. So I folded the ramp out of the box just to get the hinges to line up right. But now I'm going to flip it over to tighten it. You need the Allen. You can have one of those or socket. I believe it's a 17. So you're going to want to flip it over. We're going to install that bar we set aside. And the holes are going to line up with the holes. And then you'll know it's the back because it has the reflectors on it too. So the parts you'll need to put that on are going to be these U-clamps and these eye bolts that come with a nut. I had to break open this bag. You don't need the shorter ones comparison. So you put that back, and then the U-clamps were in with that. So we're going to need 4 of these, 4 of those. Put them in all 4 locations. You're ready to tighten them, but don't tighten them too tight. Now, either you can do it with your hand, or you can just stick something like a screwdriver or another ratchet through there, and then just keep it straight while you tighten this side. Alright, now that they're all tight, we're ready to move on. Alright, now that they're all pretty snug, you might want yours different than mine. I have mine like this. You might want yours like this. That's up to you. I'm going to try them out like this first, but we're ready to flip it back over. Alright, now that you have it flipped over, you're going to need your Allen wrench, size 6, your socket, which is a 17, or one of these if you don't, and then you're going to have these 2 shorter ones, one with a washer, one without, and your last one of these, and your fixed plate. These are the M10 eye bolts, and that's the button socket cap screw, M10. You're going to put the bracket on, and through the top, and then that one through the bottom. Now on the opposite side, so we're on the side closest to the back of your car, you're going to put it through the top hole and tighten it up. The latch on the bracket has a really nice fit. And for extra safety, it has this little rubber strap that connects to a bolt right there. Needs a little stretching to hook though. Alright, so now's a good time to put all the M10 nuts we put on. You can tighten them to 12 foot-pounds. If you don't have a torque wrench, well then just, make them a little snug but not too snug. Before we move on to the final phases, flip the cargo carrier over one last time and then just go ahead and tighten those and those 2 over there. Alright, we're coming up on the final steps. I think these are size 24. I don't know. They're just a little too big for a 21, and I think I got a 24 in the garage, but I don't know. But I do have this and some vice grips. So now this, let's start. It has in the diagram 2 washers on it, and this, I think it's a hitch pin. Now you will see the use for this pin, and then it's showing this with the smooth, and then that, and the nut obviously. But there's 1 lone washer, and I don't know why. So let me know down below in the comments if you ended up with 1 too. So if you're one person, maybe you want to stand it up for this spot, but you want the bracket to be with the hooks down, and then the bolt that's going to have the nut is closest to the cargo carrier. I just had to put the pin in here because without it, it would fold up. I used a 1 and it worked. I started with vice grips, but I ended with this. Now you want that snug, but not too snug, but you don't want it to rattle either. Find the balance. I mean, it's upside down, but this represents it like being folded up against your car. You'd have to undo it one-handed, but like that, and then you fold it back down. Alright, go ahead and put your pin in. So there's my 2-month-old one, which looks like it's like 4 years old somehow. But I'm only showing it off because it came with an anti-wobble bracket. This one didn't, so I'm going to try to install it and see if that helps. It won't clamp up against the metal, it actually clamps up under here. So some people struggle putting these on solo. What I like to do is just lay it out like this and then lean it in until it just catches right there. Then you come to the back side and just pick it up and slide it in. So my hitch pin was too big to go through, I guess, but the one they provided, it goes through. I don't have it tightened in all the way. Maybe if it's a permanent thing, you know, maybe that's when you bolt it all the way through. But I just have it screwed on there a little bit and then, yeah, pinned. Alright, so we got it all assembled. We got it installed. My first impressions are it's a lot better than my old one, that's for sure. I think the old one was made by Titan or something, and this one's made by Curt. And the reason I built it in my living room is because it's icy out here. I'm going to try to do it one-handed, but you almost have to like push down on the ramp to pop it out. And then that folds. You fold it up. Then you got to pop the latch again. I lied, you can pull it right over the bracket, straight down to the ground. Now, it's not the steepest thing in the world, but it's also, you know, could be a little longer, but I get what they're doing here. I had to kick the snow out of the ramp's way to get it to touch the ground. Just this latch connection makes me feel so much better and like actually believe that the ramp's not going to fall down into cars or traffic. Now, I don't know what will be easier over time, this rubber strap or just the loose end of the ratchet strap going around the gate just to make sure it doesn't fall in, but I like it. It feels good. It's nice and tight. Sheesh. Well, you can fit the 28-inch snowblowers on the Curt 18112 cargo carrier with ramp. It is confirmed. That's how much space you have on this side. And you got more than enough space on the other side. When coming up, just be careful of that. If we weren't ready to make money before, we're definitely ready to make money now. Well, that was a bad idea. I'm going to have to change that so they're like this because I do not like how that looks. And then it was kind of going to rub against the paint as I tightened. So I'm just going to keep a rag in between this. That way, you know, not scratching up the new machine or nothing. But yeah, throw a cinch strap on it like so. Throw it around the tires and just tie up the slack. Alright, well that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, consider subscribing. I put up videos typically weekly. Other than that, cheers to more bids and vids, and as always, have a nice day.